Today I am making a DIY sunglasses holder. To start off, you'll need a piece of foam core where you draw the arrow shape. So first draw the arrow head, which is just a triangle shape, and then cut that out. Trace the triangle onto another piece of foam core so that they can be glued together and make it a little bit of a thicker foam core. So place the two pieces together and make sure that they line up. Now put the straw where it will go into the arrowhead and make a mark. Cut where you marked it off, cut a little rectangle out of it, but don't cut all the way through the foam core because you want the straw to fit in between the two pieces. So I'm just checking to see that it fits. And then do the same to the other piece on top. So just make sure that you don't cut all the way through. And then put the two pieces together to make sure that the straw fits into the arrowhead. So now that I have the arrowhead made, I am tracing the arrow end onto another piece of foam core. So cut that out. And then trace that onto another piece of foam core just like you did for the arrowhead so that they can be glued together. And then cut that out as well. Now put the two pieces together and do the same as you did for the arrowhead. Mark where the straw would be inserted into the end of the arrow. And then cut an indent out of the pieces so that you should have 3 pieces for each end of the arrow, 3 pieces for the arrowhead and 3 pieces for the arrow end. Glue the straw onto the arrow like so, and then put the other piece on top. And then put the third piece on the bottom of the arrow so that it can be further away from the wall so it's easier to put the sunglasses in. I tried to paint the arrow, but as you will see later, this failed because when the paint dried, it made the paper wrinkly. So I just peeled that off and started over by tracing the arrow onto a piece of scrapbooking paper. That out and then put that piece onto the arrow to cover the foam core. So now that the base is done, I'm putting a piece of ribbon on the arrow. Just tie it to the straw part at both ends.